Voi, I'm Hezron Kimari.
From Voi, on a related matter, we go to Nairobi, the CBD, where protesters took to the streets today demanding the resignation of DIG Lagat. We now touch base with our reporter, Jeff Kirui, who is on ground to bring us up to speed. Good afternoon to you, Kirui. Kindly bring us up to speed on the situation on the streets in Nairobi, Kirui.
Well, Aseto, right now we are at the junction of Moi Avenue and Biashara Street. This is where there has been a major clash between two groups. What began as a peaceful demonstrations by a group of activists calling for not just the stepping aside of the Deputy IG of Police, DIG Lagat, but his resignation has now escalated into a full-blown clash between two groups. One that is siding with the activists, and another that is actually saying they are protecting their businesses in Nairobi. So this is now a clash of two groups, and the police have been left perhaps at the center of this entire clash. On one hand, they are witnessing what the activists say they are turning a blind eye on the brutality being meted on them by the group that they accuse of being goons sent by the county government of Nairobi. That is according to the activists. And right now, they are engaging along Moi Avenue. There is a group that is advancing from Tomboya Street, and police and this other group is trying to contain them to the downtown side of Nairobi. But earlier on, we had witnessed a group of about 30 borders along Koinange Street. They had whips, and they were whipping the activists along these streets, saying that there will be no demonstration within the central business district and within Nairobi. Remember, there have been a push in the social media platforms pushing that the Tuesday will be the day to demonstrate, seeking for accountability in government. And of course, they are shouting justice for Albert Ojwang, who was murdered in the hands of police officers inside a police station, that is Central Police Stations. Central Police Station, they had tried to advance to the Central Police Station to demand for the resignation of top police bosses, including the Deputy Inspector General of Police, DIG Lagat, as well as the DCI boss, Mohammed Amin, and the IG Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja. They are saying that based on the contradicting information that the police gave, they have no business being in office. They're saying that they should all step aside in the spirit of accountability. But as it stands now, the clash is happening. You can see from the other end, that is the Kenyatta Avenue, the junction of Kenyatta Avenue and Moi Avenue. Police are now engaging the protesters who have they are trying to advance to Kenyatta Avenue. Remember, all this is happening just 8 days to the June 25th, where the historical events happened after the passage of the finance bill in 2024, the 2024-2025 finance bill, where protesters invaded parliament. And right now, this could be a catalyst, a precipice for another protest that will be witnessed, considering that there are some opposition figures who are pushing for the day or pushing for the Gen Zs to turn out in remembrance of the events of June 25th. So as it stands now, town is a no-go zone. You see the central business district, all businesses have been closed. What normally is a busy day on a Tuesday, now the town is deserted. All the people who are operating businesses here, they've had to close because ideally you don't know who is who within the streets. You don't know whether this is a group of goons whose intention is to steal from you. But what it stands out now is that business has been paralyzed completely along Moi Avenue, Kenyatta Avenue, Kimathi Street, Koinange Street, University Way. We've been all out there doing a spot check of how the business situation is here. Even Matatus, they've had to park their vehicles because as it stands now, no one is going to risk to pass through the center of business district in Nairobi. So as it stands now, Aseto, this is now a battle of two groups. One group allied to the activists who are calling for accountability, and now there is that other group that is allegedly funded by some leaders within the county government of Nairobi who've been sent to keep the others at bay and ensure that no demonstration happen within the central business district. But remember, picketing is a constitutional requirement. So the spotlight now moves to the spotlight now moves to the county leadership, because even when you hear some of the people who are chanting here, they are chanting to the effect that they are supporting either the government or they are supporting the activists. So it appears now this is a clash of two sides with a leaning political allegiance. Aseto.
Jeff, before I let you go, on a normal day, it would one would not see border borders in the CBD, which begs the question: how did they make their way in the CBD today? But that notwithstanding, as well, if you've had an opportunity to speak with the border borders as to why they are doing the police work of maintaining security, and what have they said? If you've managed to speak to them, Jeff.
Well, Aseto, right now, actually, you cannot try to engage these people because you don't know on whose side they are. So we are also trying to keep our distance in terms of maintaining also our security, because as it stands now, they don't want to know who you are. When they engage, of course, there will be collateral damage. And on our side, we want to be part of the collateral. So we have to keep our distance and, of course, keep the objective side. Now, I see they are engaging here and they have managed to lob tear gas. So now they're advancing, actually. Right now they're advancing to Kenyatta Avenue. Remember, this was the center of the protest that led to the rejection of the finance bill in 2024. So they are now making advancements to Kenyatta Avenue. Police are retreating, and Macau, police are retreating, and since they are engaging here, I think their main intention actually is to make their way to the Kenyatta Avenue. This is where they last time they had convened to advance to Parliament. But as it stands now, police are really trying to keep them at bay to ensure that they don't advance to the uptown part of the CBD, that is the Kenyatta Avenue, the Kimathi Street. So the containment now is on the downside, that is the downtown part of Nairobi. That is the Tomboya side and the Moi Avenue side. But what we wait, Aseto, I think there is another contingent of police officers actually being deployed now, and there are also police officers in plain clothes who are making their way to Kenyatta Avenue. Aseto.
Jeff, Kirui, they are giving us updates on what is happening in the CBD with regard to the ongoing protests. Two groups are in place, one supporting the DIG, another one demanding that the DIG resigns and not step aside. We're following up on that developing story. We shall be bringing you the very latest in a subsequent news bulletin or when we have any other new information from the Nairobi CBD. But now let's take a short commercial break. We will be back with much more.